Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. We have made it to Friday again. Good morning. Happy Independence Day. Happy free day off work. Happy free day to sleep in. Happy Friday. Happy all of that good stuff. I hope that everybody's doing well and swell, y'all. I want to say hey to ATL Gail and hey to Sassy Francis. Good morning. Y'all, so I did try to put my ear on the streets for y'all for the YouTube streets. Y'all, that's all. Well, first off, let me not even hype y'all up like it was a whole bunch that y'all missed. Y'all ain't missed shit. It was the same old. But I'm saying, because it was some truth that I knew was scraping at the surface that started festering out. There was some truth that had been scraping and scratching at the surface to fester out. But y'all, this truth that came out. I don't know what it is about YouTube. Good morning, sadly mistaken. I don't know what it is about YouTube or the B sector per se, but it seems like the truth will come out and then maybe it'll take another year and a half and then it'll come out again. And then you need another year and then it's going to come out again and another year and another year. I was definitely tired last night, so I went to bed early, but then I got up extra early and I peeked in to see what was going on. Then I went back to sleep again. Then I woke up and I peeked in. And long story short, a truth was happening over there. Now I want to ask y'all, it's only a few of y'all. Good morning, Tracy. Oh, Tracy, you dropping down right now. You dropping down right now. You probably not gonna like what I'm about to say next. Thank the Lord I ain't binary and I didn't have to get no demands placed on me, which is good. But y'all, I was thinking, because I know that Lemon always say that we always do commentary about him. We always talk about him. Y'all remember Luther Vandross? First off, I want to say July 1st marked another year of Luther Vandross no longer being with us. So rest in peace to Luther. But on July 1st, when I realized, dang, Luther done been gone that long. Oh my God. When I was realizing that, what I ended up doing was drawing a parallel. And y'all, ain't Lemon, we need to start calling Lemon Vandross. Don't y'all think? You got Luther Vandross, you got Lemon Vandross. Both of them was up in the closet. Both of them was in the closet, scared to live their truth, y'all. Both of them had childbearing hips. Both of them was wider than all our doors. Both of them had fluctuating weight. 1 year you fat, 1 year you skinny, 1 year you fat, 1 year you skinny. Both of them, y'all, both of them tried to woo the women, try to put the blindfold over these women. Try to make the women think that they had a chance or a shot. I'm thinking that I'm about to start calling Lemon Vandross. Or maybe if I'm referring to Lemon, I'm going to have to call him Luther. And I'm going to call him Big Luther, not the little Luther. Y'all know how he say Big Lemon, not the little Lemon. Big Luther, not the little Luther. Good morning, Ray Triggs, moderator. Y'all, even to this day, years later, people still arguing about whether or not Luther was gay. Didn't we already have this conversation when I showed y'all the Grindr app the other morning on Wednesday morning? And I went to the Grindr app and I showed y'all the damn app. I showed y'all what it looked like when you go up in the app and everything. People still trying to argue about whether or not Lemon gay. Well, that's what the same thing that they do about Luther. They don't know if he gay or not. It's people like Laurie that be running around here just like it's people. I have to say, Laurie reminds me of my mama because when my mama was living, my mama would swear up and down that Luther was not gay. She didn't care what evidence you had, what receipt you had. Luther could have been up on Grindr. Luther could have been up on damn Jack app. Luther could have been up in the restaurant having a whole blind date with a man. My mama said that Luther was not gay. That's what Laurie was over there saying, that Lemon not gay. So I was thinking Lemon Vandross. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know. Let me know. But anyway, so you know, Lemon Vandross, he was over there live. He was over there live, crooning and trying to woo the women. Ray Triggs said my grandmother was Ray Triggs. I'm telling you, it's crazy. But Ray Triggs, all jokes aside, look at it at how people debate the sexuality of Lemon on here, and think about how people was debating the sexuality of Luther. And you tell me if you don't see the parallel, because I damn sure ain't pulling out the crack of my ass. But anyway, let me tell y'all what happened at Lemon. So when I first woke up, I witnessed the main witch and Mercedes Benz up there arguing, y'all. I knew that the chickens was gonna come home to roost later on down the line, because it's some black T sector people that's starting to come over here, and which they done been over here before, but specifically it's this new man called sector inspector, the sector inspector, and he done came up in here a few times in my morning show. Well, he started coming around, I guess, about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, trying to see what was going on there, because he been snooping around. He got disrespected at Lemons. The main witch had something to do with it. He ended up going live, dragging Lemon and the main witch. Then him and Trees over there in the black tea sector, they did a show about them, which I did promote that show. And I shared it on my community wall a couple of weeks ago, or maybe about a week or two ago. But so then now it seems like what's his name? The sector inspector, he did another live, which I gotta see that live. Yes, Aaron. That's his name. I don't try to call him Aaron because I don't know that man like that to be calling him Aaron. Even though I know people call him that, I call him by his YouTube name because I don't know why they call him Aaron. I don't know if he got doxxed and that's why they call him Aaron. Girl, I don't know. But yeah, Aaron. That's what they call him. So I guess the sector inspector, aka Aaron, he must have been stirring the pot where he started pulling up old video receipts and clips and stuff about the main witch and Mercedes Benz. He brought up the receipts. He started calling some shit to the carpet. He was bringing the black tea sector stuff that I guess they thought had done died. He brought it back to the surface. And then now all of a sudden, this is how come on Lemons last night, you got Mercedes Benz had clicked Lemon's link and got up there and went at the main witch. When I tell you Mercedes Benz, nobody was even talking about her. Nobody was. The main witch was over there minding her own business, y'all. Up there behind her avatar looking like Reed 2.0. She was over there without her teeth in because they say that she lost the teeth. Yeah, I don't know. Allegedly, she lost her teeth by some opioid addiction. So opioids, some Percocet, some stuff. Allegedly, y'all. That's what the black tea sector people said, but allegedly. But so Mercedes Benz got up there and started firing at the main witch and was like, why in the hell you brought my name up? Because now my name up in some shit. And I thought everything was squashed, but people bringing me back up again. I don't want to be no parts with it. The main bitch said, hold up, you funky dirty bitch. Hold up, you dizzy bobble-headed whore. You dizzy bobble-headed whore. Hold up, you dick dyking, you stupid whore. Hold on, you raggedy, stupid dick dyking bitch. Hold on. So they started going back and forth like that. They did that for a little bit. Mercedes-Benz said, why you got me in some bullshit because this was the end of this? Why these folks bringing me up? Then y'all, it came out about the pictures. And this is the truth that's coming to the light. Many of y'all that follow me, y'all know that it's very apparent that I have a reputation about some pictures that was posted. And not just specific pictures that was posted, but people just talk about pictures that I post all the time. And so that reputation, it doesn't carry with me, which is fine. It's part of my legacy, you know. That's what's part. But what y'all probably didn't know was that Mercedes-Benz also has a history about some pictures, which came out about 4 years ago. Then they came out again about 2 years ago. And then last night on Lemons, probably about 3 hours ago, it came out again. It came out again. So Mercedes-Benz, according to the main witch said out of her own mouth, which y'all, I knew this for a long time, but she said it on Lemons about how Mercedes-Benz had put her pictures out. Y'all, so then they got the scrapping over there up on Lemons because the main witch said, Mercedes-Benz, you put my nudes out. Y'all. Don't you find it funny how it seems like some of the things that people hate me about or try to hate me for or have an issue with me, even to the point to where they want to take the law into their hands and try to get me hemmed up about something. Meanwhile, they 58-year-old ass done did the same shit, but they just wanted it swept under the rug. Yeah, Lemon Vandross, Ivana. Lemon Vandross. Yeah, because he got a lot of Luther qualities. He just can't sing, that's all. He just can't sing. But so, the main witch got to getting into it about her pictures. So then it was like, well, it was them two arguing back and forth, and Mercedes-Benz was like, well, post the proof of your news that I sent your news and who I sent your news to. If I put your pictures out here, who in the hell I sent them to, then go ahead and say it. The man witch was like, you dirty whore. You put my naked asshole. You put my asshole on. You sent my naked picture. You dizzy bobblehead bitch whore. She was doing all that. They was going at it. Then the main witch ended up dropping down. I don't know what made her drop down, or maybe I fell back to sleep, y'all. I probably fell back to sleep. But while I was sleeping, then once I woke back up, y'all, I heard them arguing even more, where Mercedes-Benz was threatening to block or time out the head witch. Now, because they both moderators, the head witch got offended. Like, how in the hell you talking about you about to block me out of Lemon's chat or of Lemon Vandross chat? We just gonna call him Vandross. How you gonna block me out of Vandross chat because I'm over here telling the truth about what you did with my news? Mercedes-Benz said, look, I have a moderator stick over here, and I'm a managing moderator, and if I'm sick of your ass over here letting everybody know about what happened between me and you years ago, if you keep being over here letting people know about the shit that I thought that you had gotten over, if you keep being over here letting everybody know about how much of a hypocrite I am, because I try to chastise and criticize J.Dunn for the same shit that I've been doing. If you keep putting my secrets out here, I'm about to time you out and I'm about to block you because I'm a manager moderator. Good morning, Room Shaker. So once she said that she was about to start timing out a block and the main witch, and the main witch was trying to come back to let Vandross know. Vandross wouldn't let the main witch up there because Mercedes Benz was like, don't let this hoe up here to slander me. It was a whole bunch of back and forth where Vandross felt like he was caught in the middle. Then you had Beans and Cornbread had came. You had Two Peas came. It was a whole bunch of craziness with them old ladies over there. And I'm just like, if y'all think that's why we gotta call him Lemon Vandross, because ain't he surrounded by old women? Luther was surrounded by old women, wasn't he? Wasn't it the old and the young women was in love with him, trying to throw their panties up on the damn concert floor, trying to throw their panties on the stage, knowing damn well they ain't have no chance with him, but they just still wanted to be seen and all this. That's what's happening over there with Lemon Vandross. So because Lemon, had Two Peas and Beans and all of them, it was like a whole bunch of melee. So then Lemon Vandross was ready to end this live, y'all. He was trying to do a redirect, but he couldn't figure out how to do it. It was just a lot. But I say all this to say, the truth always comes to the light. For the life of me, I don't understand how people like to point fingers and try to crucify me for the same things that they have done themselves. How in the hell? Well, thank you, Yvonne. Thank you for contributing to my goal. I appreciate it. Let me go ahead and highlight you on the screen. Thank you so much. Never fails. You always keep me laughing. Why, about Lemon Vandross? Lemon Vandross is a real thing. That's a real person on here. Cause love won't let me wait. That's a real person that Linda, I was about to say Linda Vandross. Lemon Vandross. Let me be over there going live any time of the day and night, trying to get 1,000 kisses from you, because it's never too much, never too much, never too much, never too much. What's good? Good morning, TT Speaks. Good morning, everybody. But thank you, Yvonne. But so yeah, it was a whole bunch. But I don't get, people be new from all these other sectors and stuff, and then they want to be like, oh, well, you a doxer. But meanwhile, they've been over there up in their sector doxing. But they don't want people to know that they was doxing in their old sector until somebody come and say. Just like Billy Go Rock. Billy Go Rock swear up and down that I had a restraining order. Y'all, for the record and on the record, I've never had a restraining order placed against me. Never. Never. And I repeat, never. Never. I've never had a conviction. Never. Never. But I think it's funny that Billy Goat Rock came from his sector saying that I had all these restraining orders and all these type of stuff. But he actually had a 2-year restraining order against, like it was some strangers over there up in this sector that had to give him a 2-year restraining order. I ain't never had one. Never. But they don't come over here and tell that story. Same ones that be like, well, you doxed a dead person. You said this about a dead person. But then if you go ahead and go to their old sector and you talk to their old sector, then you don't find out they over there doxing the dead, posting pictures of the dead. They went to the funeral and got an autograph from the deceased person. They was over there at the casket with a pen and paper trying to get an autograph so that they could have a receipt to bring up on YouTube. But they did that up in their old sector. So then when they come over here to the B sector, then they want to be pointing fingers and shit like that, act like they ain't did none of this until they all sector have to come and find they raggedy asses over here and be like, well, you did that too, motherfucker. You did it. Yes, you did. They come over here and they running high from their sector like they ain't did all that bullshit over there. And I think it's laughable. Even to the point of posting news or inappropriate photos and all this kind of stuff. In your own sector, you over there posting news and inappropriate photos, and then you come over here to the B sector, and then you want to try to wave your raggedy ass finger at me and tell me what the fuck I should or shouldn't do as a grown ass woman. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I think it's interesting as well, you know, even with people that be doing the pull up, oh, you don't went over there and tried to pull up on somebody or whatever, but then you gonna come over here and tell me this. People up in the old sector that been over there dating people online. I mean, Billy Goat Rob was over there being a sugar baby for somebody over there, but I ain't gonna disrespect the man because the man denied it, but y'all know who it is. Over there in his old sector, he was a sugar baby for this man, said that he had tried to suck this man's penis. What's good, Miss Parker? Miss Parker, good morning. Girl, Miss Parker, you always be having such an empowering and and positive live stream. I feel like I gotta stop cutting up because I just saw you drop in the chat. Why in the hell I'm over here being ratchet while you over there trying to get some cases solved? Why am I over here being ratchet when you over there trying to be next to Grace? If you over there trying to be next to Grace, the least that I could do is try to act right when you come up in the chat. But thank you, Miss Parker. Thank you for coming. What's this, LaDon? LaDon said, good morning, light chocolate girl. Not light chocolate girl. Girl, okay. LaDon, you can call me Caramel Macchiato. Good morning, Caramel Macchiato. Because I'll be your Caramel Macchiato. And just so you know, I'm stronger than Starbucks. I'm stronger than Starbucks. You better get into it. Miss Parker said, I cut up when I need to. Girl, I seem like I always be cutting up. And Miss Parker, I did come in your live. I think it was about 2 nights ago. Well, I came up in there when you was doing the Naziah. And so yeah, you have some very good content over there. I'd be over there watching. A lot of times you come so late at night, but I prefer to listen to something that's just not a whole bunch of arguing and fussing and fighting, but that I really don't have to pay attention to that much, but just to listen to something calming before I go to bed. So yeah, I was up in there, but keep up the good work. You're doing a good thing over there, which is good. But yeah, LaDon was trying to make me blush today. Look, Miss Parker trying to make me blush too. Oh my God, y'all. Oh my God. Well, thank you, Miss Parker. I appreciate it. For my goal, y'all, so far, Yvonne A started it up. Then LaDon. Then Miss Parker. Y'all cutting up for me. Y'all really trying to give me my independence, ain't you? Y'all trying to make me feel appreciated, and I really do appreciate it. So yes, y'all, thank you so much, Miss Parker. And y'all need to check out Miss Parker's video. Miss Parker does true crime, and she follows true crime, whether it's local true crime or either true crime that you kind of see that's being televised. But her show is really good. Well, she's pretty thorough with some of the information that she come across, y'all. So definitely check her out. Miss Parker, I will tell somebody to drop your link up in the chat, but I don't even know if my moderator's up. Because it's 4th of July, Miss Parker, I think that they might be asleep because they off today. Because I don't think I done seen the moderator pop up in here yet. They probably sleep, girl. Only my crazy ass still woke up this morning to tell somebody something. I don't know why. I should have slept too. Oh, thank you. Look at Ray Triggs. Ray Triggs said, now, bitch, hold on. Ray Triggs, cuss me out. Go ahead and cuss me out. Y'all, I forgot Ray Triggs' ass was up in here. I'm telling y'all, I be forgetting about Ray Triggs. Ray Triggs said, bitch, I was like the third person up in here, but now you talk about your moderator sleep hole. Ray Triggs said, oh, so that's what you think about me. My bad, Ray Triggs. But yeah, Ray Triggs is sharing Miss Parker. So y'all could definitely check her out so that y'all could see about the true crime. And Ray Triggs, you know, you always can share your own link, you know. Whatever you want to do is whatever. But yeah. So they was fighting and scrapping and stuff over there at Lemon Vandross. So that was that. But yeah, I was saying about the people that's coming. Essentially, the people just come over here and they try to be so upset with me and accuse me of the stuff that they did. But the problem is they do their stuff up in their sector, get run out of their sector, and then they show up over here and then they want to get mad at me and point a finger at me. Don't point no finger at me because I live and stand in what I do. I damn sure ain't gonna lie about it. And I sure did see Mercedes Benz over there trying to lie about it, which that really upset the main witch because she couldn't understand how it was being lied about. Then you got Lemon Vandross there, couldn't understand why his two people was fighting. Then, like I said, the 2Ps lady had came up there. She got upset. Beans and Cornbread was up there. Y'all, it was just a whole shit show. A whole shit show. Good morning, Gigi. But so that did happen, and that's what inspired my title, Truth Comes to the Light. Now, of course, y'all also remember on Wednesday morning when I came to y'all live for my morning show, I was telling y'all about loyalty. That one was called Loyalty Over Everything. And it's so interesting because I was watching a true crime, which is funny that Miss Parker was up in here. But I was watching a true crime documentary, and I think it was Black Girl Unlost that had dropped it. I'm subscribed to so many true crime channels. That way, when I want a break from the beef sector and the madness and the fuckery, I will go and look at my true crime. I love it. But I was looking at, I believe it was Black Girl Unlost or either Black American Femicide, one of those channels. And when I watched the documentary, y'all, the girl said something profound in the video. I'm about to share with what she said. I'm about to share with y'all what she said. And actually, let me go ahead and copy it so that I can paste it here in my link. Because this quote is something to think about. And this is something to think about in your everyday life. This is what this woman said, y'all. Loyalty without discernment is just recklessness in disguise. What do y'all think about that? Loyalty without discernment is just recklessness in disguise. Remember on Wednesday, I was talking about loyalty over everything, and I started pinpointing the different things of loyalty. Remember, I started off my commentary talking about Laurie and talking about Lemon Vandross and their loyalty, where Laurie was feeling like she was trying to be more loyal to Lemon than Lemon was to her. Then after I talked about Laurie and Lemon Vandross, then I got to talking about Brian and his loyalty as far as his religion goes, where him being a Jehovah's Witness, he was potentially about to decline a blood transfusion to save his own life. And then I talked about YouTube cameras and her thoughts about loyalty as far as the subbies go. Then let's look at this again. Loyalty without discernment is just recklessness in disguise. I can tell y'all for certain that I have checked over back at Brian's channel and he's still not posted anything yet, y'all. He's not posted any new live, no any new video, no community wall post, nothing, which makes me a little bit concerned because it's like, well, did you get that blood transfusion that you needed or didn't you? But even in his case, if he's being loyal to his religion, Loyalty without discernment is just recklessness in disguise. Then, if he is being loyal to his religion, then it could very well be seen that he's being reckless by potentially or possibly denying the blood transfusion that he desperately needs. That's reckless behavior. Even though he's being loyal to his upbringing and his religion, it's very reckless. But you can't judge him because, I mean, that's just the walk that he got to have. Even with Laurie, because Laurie done been back to Lemons over there since she was last over there, and she's still being very loyal to him. And when we look at her being loyal, now I will definitely say she is loyal without discernment. Sometimes it could appear as being reckless. Have you ever thought of a time in your life where you were loyal without discernment and just reckless? Good morning, Michelle. Even with myself, y'all, I honestly have to say, when I look back on my life, I've had some loyalty that could be considered reckless. How about when you got that one friend that you know damn well be up to no good? You can't trust them worth a damn. They always into some bullshit, but because that is your friend and you loyal to your friendship, you end up being like, well, yeah, I'll go ahead and ride to the store with you. Only for you to end up riding to the store with your friend because you are a loyal friend. And it's a reckless move because you already know that person and what that person is about and what you might get your ass into just being around them. That's reckless on your part to even put yourself in that type of predicament. But you will put yourself in that type of predicament because you're trying to be loyal to your friend. Or how about the relatives and you already know what they about? You already know they ain't shit. You done been around them your whole entire life. You know that they ain't shit. You know what they about. But you's like, well, that's still family. That blood over everything. Blood is thicker than water. And so without discernment, but based on loyalty and because they are family, you decide to still be around them motherfuckers only for you to play a reckless ass game because you wind up in a situation that you shouldn't even have been in. But it was because you was with your family. Blood thicker than water, y'all. It's been a couple of weeks ago where I was talking about two of my cousins, y'all, and they are sisters, and they've been had such a crazy relationship. I've talked about them up on my live a few times. And specifically, I talked about a situation that they had where one of them was using the information and identity of the other when she got pulled over, which caused one of them to get in trouble with the law unknowingly. Well, when they were younger, like up in high school, they ended up getting involved in some type of theft from a department store for some shoes, y'all. And even with that whole situation with theft, which was crazy as hell, they went in this store. The one sister has always been the one that's damn reckless as hell. That's my cousin that I won't even let her up in my house. I won't. Have y'all ever even came across that where you have that one relative that you love them to death and you don't want nothing to happen to them, but you want to let them up in your house? I got a cousin like that. Now I'm very loyal to my cousin. I'm quite loyal to my cousin, but I have discernment. You hear me? I have discernment. Therefore, I'm not letting her up in my house. No, 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 because I ain't got time to fall out with you if something come up missing. I don't have time to be upset with you or get upset with your mama or your daddy or anything else if something happened because I have to have discernment about who you are. Otherwise, if I just let you up in here all willy-nilly, like I'm not even aware of everything that you've done in the past before, then I would be reckless. Well, they had this whole thing that happened when they were teenagers where the one cousin um essentially she took off the shoes that she had on and swapped them out in the store, put on the new shoes, put her old shoes in the shoebox, and she and her sister proceeded to walk out of there. Now the sister didn't know that she did all of this. The sister had no idea that while she was in one aisle of the department store getting whatever she was going to get to purchase, she didn't know that her sister was somewhere at the shoe aisle over there swapping out shoes. They ended up going through the checkout line, paid for what my my one cousin came there to get, and they paid for that, not knowing that the other cousin had on some shoes she was trying to get for free. Long story short, they ended up getting got, and both of them got. Now, of course, this was whenever they was young and teenagers, so that really didn't stick. I don't think it did. I'm sure my family knew people who knew people who knew people that ended up getting them out of that trouble. But I remember with these two cousins being older than I was at that particular time, and they still are, I always remember that they weren't the ones that I would definitely want to shop with. Specifically, the one that would swap out shoes like that. I ain't trying to let her shop with me. I ain't trying to let her be up in my house, all of this. Now, when I lived in New Orleans, y'all, because I was in graduate school, I had a roommate. Just on the strength of me having a roommate, my family members would come to New Orleans all the time and hit me up and be like, cuz I'm up in the city. That's what they be like, cuz I'm in the city. And they would be wanting to stay over, be able to have somewhere to crash. That way they could go to Bourbon Street, drink, do whatever they want to do, but you got somewhere to crash. Well, I would let all of them crash, y'all, all of them, except for that one cousin. And she used to get mad. She used to be like, well, you let everybody else come over here. Why I can't come over here? Well, you can't come over here because I had to use my discernment. Yes, you my cousin. I'm very loyal to you, but I also have discernment. And because I had a roommate, I did not have time to trust my cousin into our living quarters, and she ended up stealing something from me or my roommate. Now, at least if she came and stole something from me, at least if she stole something from me, then that's just up on me. But when you have a roommate because you in school, I think that I was responsible for my roommate and his things as well. I said, ain't no way. So she didn't understand that for a little bit, but eventually I made her understand it. But long story short, there are times where we have to draw the line in the sand as far as our loyalty. And that doesn't mean that we are disloyal. That just means that we have to take everything for face value and make proper decisions. Now, the true crime story that I ended up getting this quote from, let me tell y'all what this one was about. I'm about to set the scene for y'all. So there was this lesbian couple. They had only been together for about 2-3 years, I would say. The stud, believe it or not, the stud in the relationship, she had a child. Her child had to been 5 years old. She had a child because she was an athlete. She played basketball. She was she kind of could put you in the mind of like a Brittany Grinder, but she had a little bit more of a femininity to her, and she wasn't tall. But anyway, she ended up having a child at some point. And so she was a mother, and she got her girlfriend, which was a femme. And they ended up going shopping one day. So you got the two lesbians up in the driver's seat, passenger seat, with the little 5-year-old up in the back seat, minding her little business. You know, they out on the family outing. Well, it was an instance of road rage where somebody, okay, so the femme was driving. The stud, who was also the mother of the child, was in the passenger seat. So the femme driving, somebody ended up cutting her off. It pissed her the hell off, y'all, to where instead of her cussing out the person and flipping the person off, which she did all of those things, she did that. But even after doing all of that, she proceeded to follow this man to hunt him down. She followed the man to hunt him down, and they ended up following him into the Walgreens parking lot. This man, he was in the car with either his wife or his girlfriend as well, and they was going to Walgreens to pick up some stuff. They ended up almost having an accident, so it was a whole big ordeal. Well, the lesbian couple followed them there. The man went in Walgreens, picked up whatever medication, whatever he needed, and as he was exiting the store to get back into his car with his partner, the femme and the stud, they pulled up with the car while the little 5-year-old was up in the back seat. and was arguing with him about this whole thing that happened where he had cut them off. The film was the one that was most boisterous. The stud was kind of soft-spoken because, of course, she's a mother. She got her daughter in the backseat. So she really wasn't trying to wild out like that. But the film, who was the driver, was doing all this big badass bullshit, jumped out the car, she fussing. She approaching this man in his car. The man said, "Stay back, don't come over here. I got my girlfriend up in my car with me. Don't approach my car." In this anger, girl, for whatever reason, the film was like, told this man that they was armed or something, they had a gun, something about a gun. Before I know it, y'all, in this damn story, they said that the stud picked up a water bottle in the car and threw it out the window towards the man's towards that man's car. But because she reached down to pick up the water bottle to throw it in their direction, the man thought she was reaching for a gun. And the only reason why the man thought she was reaching for a gun is because that's what her crazy ass, feminine ass girlfriend was saying while she was outside of the car popping her shit. So the man ended up pulling his weapon and shot the stud in cold blood in the passenger seat in front of her 5-year-old daughter that was sitting in the back seat, y'all. Once the man realized that he had done shot this girl and realized that it was just a water bottle that this girl had done picked up to throw in his car, him and his girlfriend politely got out of their vehicle, walked into the Walgreens, and told the people in Walgreens to call 911. People in Walgreens called 911. The cops showed up to assess the scene. And what they ended up seeing is that them girls had no weapon at all. But the film was running her mouth, talking crazy and bad about them having a weapon or the possibility of them having a weapon. So the man thought that they did. The man ended up getting arrested, spent 2 years in jail, went through trial, and ended up being acquitted for murder. Meanwhile, that same little 5-year-old girl that was sitting in the back seat of the car, who watched her mama get shot in the passenger seat, that little 5-year-old girl had to grow up without her mother. This is the reason why I just kept this little quote up here, because if you listen to this story, it was because the stud was having a sense of loyalty to her girlfriend that she backed her girlfriend up even when she know her girlfriend was dead ass in the wrong. Once all the evidence came out at the trial, y'all, it ended up coming out because the girlfriend was driving. She cut that man off. So she cut the man off. The man started cussing and honking his horn, and she got pissed off at the nerve of him cussing and honking his horn at her, even though she just tried to cut him off, almost caused the wreck for him. And she decided to follow him to the Walgreens. So in that instance, the stud, who was a mother with a child to live for, her loyalty caused her to look past the fact that her girlfriend is the one who cut this man off. Her girlfriend is the one who took it upon herself to drive and hunt this man down to follow him to the Walgreens. Her girlfriend is the one that decided to come up out the car and approach that man while he was at his car. Her girlfriend is the one that told that man that they could potentially have a weapon on them because she was just talking all this crazy ass greasy shit. The girlfriend is the reason why the stud in the passenger seat got unalived. But the stud was just trying to be loyal to a girlfriend, though. Y'all, sometimes you can have loyalty to somebody and they'll walk you into a whole booby trap. They'll walk you into a booby trap. So now the stud is the one that lost her life, and the girlfriend, the ratchet ass film girlfriend, is still alive, walking around and everything. And now The son, her little girl is growing up without a mother. Loyalty without discernment. How many times have you seen your significant other or your partner do something that they should not be doing? You know damn well you don't need to be doing it. You damn well up in the wrong, but you still gonna act like they was right, even though they was wrong. I find it funny because people do that all the time, and specifically here on YouTube, I done heard people speak about that. All of these little groups, they see somebody dead ass wrong out front and in the open, but they'll wait and address them privately instead of publicly because they got a sense of loyalty. I done heard Lemon Vandross and the Lemonettes talk about how he be dead ass wrong, but they don't jump on him until they get in the Discord. Just last week, I heard King Roman News come on his platform and talk about how people knew that he had done wrong about something that he said or done, with the yah and all this kind of stuff. But instead of them really laying him out like what they should have in the front screen, they waited to go into their private chat together, their crew chat, before they said anything, because they had a sense of loyalty. But what if your sense of loyalty does wind you up into a life or death situation, all because you're being loyal? Or you see somebody doing wrong, but you don't address it in the right way, and you could end up losing your life behind it. Definitely something to think about. And the way that I see these people operate on here, how I see these groups be operating, it was worth me telling y'all. But yes, I wanted to put this quote right here because it definitely came to mind, especially considering everything that I talked about on Wednesday about Laurie. Now, I don't believe that there was anything serious, but I do believe that we all need to have a level of discernment before we just decide to have blind loyalty. And that's what I believe. A lot of these content creators want you to have blind loyalty, which is loyalty without you even trying to discern anything. Don't have no discernment. Don't try to figure out if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Just go ahead and assume that I'm right about everything and just be loyal to me and act like you ain't seen nothing that was said or done. But just go ahead and take my side. It don't matter what you gonna get yourself into later on down the line. I even take myself for instance, and it's been times on this motherfucker. I wouldn't say that I had a blind loyalty, but I would say that I tried to trust people more than what I should have, and it ended up being the wrong thing to do. It ended up being the wrong thing to do. This is one of the reasons too, y'all, why y'all see me nowadays be very, very adamant, and I put my foot down about who I'm willing to share a panel with. One of the last times that I can recall me reluctantly sharing a panel with somebody that I didn't want to share a panel with, the conversation and the disagreement escalated to the point to where I wound up with a whole court case because I spoke back to the person who was threatening me. The content creators whose platform I was on, they didn't have to sit up in court. They didn't have to pay for an attorney. They didn't have to pay for none of that bullshit. I had to do all of that on my own dime because I didn't protest and say, don't bring this motherfucker up here if I'm up here. And if you think that this motherfucker need to be up here while I'm up here, then I'm getting down. Because I ain't put my foot down, y'all. I think long and hard back to Brianna's platform that very day, about 2 years ago, when I was up there talking about going on this Jamaica trip with her and ODS. And I was saying, well, you know, I'd probably go to Jamaica with y'all XYZ. Only for this motherfucker AutoZone to jump up on the panel, talk about she gonna come to Jamaica and she gonna see me and put hands on me at XYZ. Me and her get to arguing back and forth. I stand my damn ground. And then 2 months later, I wind up being notified, denied some court paperwork for me Because why? Because you jumped on the panel trying to tell me something. And I told you something. So in order to avoid me telling you a fuck thing, don't get on no panel with me. I don't want to be up here with you. Now, a lot of people think that that's me flossing or me trying to throw my B sector status or my OG status around. But no, that's me setting a motherfucking boundary. And I don't give a damn about the people that dislike it. I don't give a damn about the people that be like, oh, well, she just want to control your platform. She want to control this. No, fuck all that. Which this right here that I'm sharing with y'all is actually something that I share with YouTube cameras privately before. So for the people that's always jumping on YouTube cameras saying that I'm controlling YouTube cameras or that YouTube cameras is weak, I'm controlling her platform, I'm dictating whatever, I'll let YouTube cameras know a while, well, I wouldn't say a while back, maybe about a week or so ago, that this is my feelings about it. So this is why I don't like to be on the panel with certain individuals. No, I'm not trying to belittle you. No, I'm not trying to control your panel. No, I'm not trying to make you appear as you are weak. I'm setting a boundary for myself because at the end of the day, I've watched people come and say some fuck shit to me. And once I engage, then they run to the courthouse and say something else. I've watched it happen. I have to be in control of my own life and my own situation, and everybody should be that way as well. And once I broke it down like that to YouTube cameras completely understood what I was saying. And this is one of the reasons why she respect my wishes. But then people still consistently try to give her a hard time because they're not privy to the conversations that have been had. But I'm going to always stand up and say, no, if I don't want to be on the platform with no little buttweed, I don't. I don't. If I ever share the platform with little buttweed, I don't know what in the hell I would say. I just don't know. So don't put him up here with me. Same thing for motherfucking Atheist Towelhead. I'm not trying to be on no platform with Atheist Towelhead after all that shit she did with the probation and all that kind of crazy ass bullshit. I don't want no parts with her dumb ass. I don't want no parts with Dimples. I don't want no parts with none of these motherfuckers that done actually tried me in a crazy way, because you can't then put me in the circumstance to where I have to engage with these people, but then try to control or dictate how I choose to engage. But then I've also learned the lesson of I'm not going to engage a certain way no matter what, because you got some people that's punks. Good morning, Black Pearl, that's being punks that will then turn around and try to get law and shit involved. Like, please get the fuck out of my face with this bullshit. Don't bring your stupid ass up here talking to me. Now, with me setting boundaries and with me putting my foot down, that doesn't mean that I'm disloyal or that I'd have a lack of respect. No, it just means that I'm setting a motherfucking boundary for myself, and that's what I'm going to do. Because what I did learn from the last couple of instances is that I'm not about to be paying no unnecessary court fee about a fuck thing. If I don't want to talk to you and I don't tolerate you, then that's what I mean. And if you supposed to be a YouTube ship of mine, or if you supposed to be on a certain level with me, then you should be able to respect my wishes, and that should be all there is to it. And I don't give a damn what troll is up in the chat that's saying whatever. You should be able to respect it. This is one of the reasons that really had ticked me off last week with ODS really trying to try me. Because I'm like, ODS, I don't want no parts on this panel with this man. And ODS still want to bring him up. The other day, Laurie brought Lil Buttweed up there. I don't want Lil Buttweed up here, but Laurie brought him up there. She ended up apologizing, which I do forgive her. I accept her apology. But I don't want no parts with it. No, I'm not trying to control your nothing. But at the end of the motherfucking day, when push come to shove and they do some crazy ass legal shit to me, bitch, ain't none of y'all motherfuckers there up in the courthouse. So if you ain't gonna be up in the courthouse, then respect what the motherfucker I said, or let me know so I could drop down. You understand? It's called maturing. It's called reaching a level of maturity and having a level of discernment, which goes back to that quote. Loyalty without discernment It's just recklessness in disguise. And I ain't about to be reckless. I ain't about to be reckless, and I ain't about to let nobody walk me into being reckless. I ain't about to sit here and give you access to me for you to make me be reckless or for you to provoke me into being reckless. No, I'm just going to be in control of it from the jump. If you don't allow the opportunity for anything to happen, then it won't happen. You understand? As much as people like to think that I don't mature and that I'm immature and all this kind of stuff, no, y'all, believe me, I learned based on everything around me. You better understand. But I ain't no slouch either now. I'm going to get your ass the right way. Y'all know how many times that I could have had got on here and tried to go toe to toe, dragging Lippy Hippie back out of all them things that Lippy Hippie was doing, and I could have really just went gutter trying to get her back, or could I just sit back and the beta community guidelines and get her ass the right way? You know, a YouTube channel snatched. Gotta, you know, a Patreon snatched. Gotta. And I ain't have to really get gutter and do the reckless stuff or go through getting pictures and posting and all this. No, I'm just going to do it the right way. Gotta. And I have to say that it's very, good morning, Just Lovely. It's very, very invigorating to be able to just have the peace to exist and the peace to be. It is. But yeah, so I went on a tangent about that, but I wanted to give y'all a little bit more about the reason why I have my stance and what I say. What's good, Una? The stance and what I say. No, it's not to belittle anybody or to make them feel like I'm trying to control their platform, but I find it funny that so many of these people are so simple-minded. So many people are so damn simple-minded to the point to where that's the only thing that they think I want to control. Bitch, I don't need to control nobody else shit. Why? Why? I don't need to control nobody else's platform. That's not what I'm here to do. No, I'm only concerned about me and what I will accept and what I won't accept and who I refuse to let sit at a table with me. Good morning, Kimberly Black. Good morning, today. Kimberly said, you have definitely evolved from the last 7 years I've known you. Good morning. Good morning. Well, Kimberly Black, I would hope so. I would hope so. Good morning, Wild Wayne. I mean, Kimberly Black, I think 7 years ago, how old was I 7 years ago? 7 years ago, I was 31. So I hope that I done evolved since I was 31, but it's good to know that you noticed my evolution. That's great. So yeah, y'all, that right there happened. Now, one thing too, I guess that goes kind of into what I was saying about putting a boundary. Y'all saw this whole thing that happened with code. I would be remiss if I did not mention this whole thing with code, and honestly, I'm just like mind blown. But just in so many different ways. Now, the reason why I'm primarily mind blown with what's been happening with binary code and everything is that a year and a half ago, almost 2 years, well, no, a year and a half ago when they first came over here and they first bothered me, I deliberately told him and Billy Goat Raw, y'all don't know everybody. Stop playing with people like y'all know them. I said that so many times because they came over here fucking with me. They didn't know me from a can of paint. I didn't know them from a can of paint, but they came over here thinking they was going to fuck with me. Stop fucking with me. I don't know you. All I knew was some men from the Umar sector that's put my name up in the title, saying shit about me, all this weird ass mess, but I don't know y'all. I will give Cole the credit and say that when I said that he took heed to what I said. Billy Goat Ride did not. But I'm sure that Billy Goat Rise slowly but surely understand it. But either way, now Cole done got himself up in this situation with Diva. Now I believe had Code actually took the time to really observe for a long time, then he would have knew who to cross and who not to cross. Now, granted, Diva said that Cole did nothing to her. He ain't do nothing. Even with him not doing nothing, though, I believe that he should have been able to observe and assess the situation. As soon as she would have said that it was primarily Pizarro, the reason why she was acting like that, I think that he should have took heed to it. But I think instead he thought that it was a troll move, and he thought that she was trolling, even though people around him were saying, "No, she ain't trolling." Which I really get sick of that, with people saying that they trolling. People don't be trolling. I'm tired of all these men, people in general, saying that they be trolling. Hell, I didn't even tell Pizarro about her trolling. When she used to talk about how she a troller, she be trolling. But as soon as real life happened, or a real hurricane happened, or a real tornado happened, or something real happened, then she become a human being quick. I told her this a year or so ago, that don't claim to be a troll when it's convenient for you, not when you are a human being. And she received what I said to her back then, which is good. But now it seems like when I guess Diva was throwing whatever warning shots that she was giving, I don't know if he thought that it was trolling. I'm not sure what he thought. And now he up in this whole situation. It's crazy. For me to watch that bullshit play out and me to see her really toy them along, it was really, really like somebody dangling a ball of yarn in front of a kid. It honestly blew my mind. And now it done got so much worse and so much further than what it would have gotten. I don't foresee Diva letting up about anything. I mean, Code, I think he probably should have been quiet and walked away. But I think that he was underestimating things. And I believe that he underestimated simply because he didn't take the time to observe. When the black sector first merged over here to the B sector, y'all, I wasn't over there bothering them folks like that. Hell, even the whole situation with me and Intrinsic, I didn't go find her. She came and found me. Because I wasn't going over there bothering or trying to get a woman over there. None of that mess. No, she came over here to the beef sector. She came over here to my channel. She came over here to find me. But I wasn't about to bother them folks. Even with the whole Intrinsic thing, I had to watch Diva so much because Intrinsic had kind of was just trying to put me on the different players up in the black sector that she knew of. And she had told me, she was like, Diva is something else. She a piece of work. And she let me know, what Diva's history, what Diva has done over there in that sector. And I was like, oh, okay. I wasn't one of them people that was like, oh, well, she a troll, and I don't believe that and everything. No. Intrinsic wanted to give me something that she felt like was some information that I needed. Okay, thank you, noted. I started going over there watching Diva myself, and I started seeing a lot of things happen in real time, my own damn self, to where I'm like, okay, yeah, this girl, like, she's something. She's something. But it's about observing the people. Even with Buddy Lee, I would go over there to Buddy Lee's and I watched his show for several months before I ever dropped down to finish chat. I watched Diva for a good amount of time before I ever dropped down in her chat. And it just so happened, it was one time I was live over here and she dropped down in my chat. And once I saw that she was familiar with me, then I was like, okay, well, then I'll drop down up in her chat. That's kind of how I am. When it comes to these new sectors, I'm not quick to drop down up in their chat unless they done engage with me already. Because I ain't got time to drop down up in somebody's chat up in some new territory. And then now I done rub somebody the wrong way because they don't know me. And then it's some bullshit. I think that something like that done happen here. But even with everything, with the demands and the negotiation, all that kind of stuff that went down the other day, if I were Cold, my morning show, I would have talked all the way around that situation with Diva. But instead, he talked about it and just did a lot of Interesting things. Which I know that it's very easy to say what you would and wouldn't do if you're not up in those shoes. To a certain degree, though, in these sectors, we've all kind of been in those shoes at one time or another. But I was just like, bro, you handling this all the wrong way. And then for him to have that manpower around him, these men that knew of her, they have solid relationships with her that was trying to tell him, but he just really didn't take heed because he thought that the Umar sector had done the most. It's just like what they say when they say, oh, you might be doing bad, but there's always somebody out there that's doing worse than you. Oh, you might have been through some bad, but there might be somebody out there that always could do you even worse. And that's what I think about it. I think Cole was thinking that the Umar sector done already did him all types of ways and did him dirty. And he just like, it can't get no worse than this. It can't get no worse. Oh, it can always get worse. Which is why you should always observe the people before you just jump out there. I believe that everybody that's looking should be looking at this and actually looking at it for a lesson, a learning lesson. And I'm not just saying with just Diva, but with everybody. In a million years, I don't think that with my friendship that I had with Lippy Hippie that she would ever thought that I would try to take her YouTube channel, but I did. Or take her Patreon, but I did. To take money out of her pocket, and did. Because at the end of the day, you can know somebody as long as you can know them, but you ain't able to be in control about what people are willing to take from you. So sometimes it's best to just let people be. Don't bother them. Don't bother them. Good morning, Barry Addison. So yeah, I think that whole thing is just crazy and unfortunate. I think with the demands, even for it to get to the fact of the demands was just wild. I think it's crazy how, he got back with the council and got back with Ghetto and started taking these demands. And I'm thinking to myself, but Ghetto should have just paid that money. If I were in those shoes, I still would be holding a grudge about Ghetto for not paying whatever he said he was going to pay. But I think I take enough time to observe in order to move differently anyway. Because you just sometimes just got to fill out the people and who you're dealing with. And a lot of times you don't know who you're dealing with. So that's unfortunate. I wish him the best and I wish him the best of luck with everything. I just think it's unfortunate. But again, when you start merging into these other sectors with new people, you cannot always assume that they're going to treat you the way that your old people treated you. Your old people actually gave a damn about you. If you coming into new water, I don't give a damn about you because I don't know you. And you don't know me, so leave me the hell alone. Ray said accepting the demands publicly was crazy. It was. It almost felt like the Saw movies. Like Jigsaw just coming through and automatically like putting these demands and stipulations. And speaking of you, Ray, your ass was supposed to go live. Now, why in the hell you put that wolf ticket up on your community wall like you was about to do a live? And I checked a few times yesterday and I never saw you go live. I saw Divine 7 and a few people over there up in your sector go live, but not you. And I'm like, well, why in the hell you put this post up here? Damn, my opinion gave you permission to go ahead and do your live and you ain't do one. Now, what was that about? Also, y'all, my other talking point. Oh, you went to Divine. Oh, and I saw Divine live. I did. I saw her live. But I ain't go up in there. I have to go over there to see what you said over there. Because, yeah, I was like, well, I said, I saw her live, but I was like, well, I'll just wait for Ray to go live to hear what he had to say. But I'll go over there and catch her replay if she still got it up, and I'll see what you said over there. Because I really want your opinion about it. Because you know Binary better than anybody else because he from your sector. And I think with you having a history with him and Shakim and the ups and downs that they went through, you saw that stuff in real time. So I was really curious to know what you thought about this whole predicament that he found himself in with Diva. The one other thing that I wanted to gloss over as well this morning too, y'all, was Sunny. Solid Sunny. Now, with this whole thing that happened with Sunny, I was Team Sunny. I'm sure most of y'all already knew that I was Team Sunny. What's good, Resto? Thank you. Thank you so much, Resto. I appreciate you doing your daily check-in. Y'all, with Sunny, it really blew my mind to see the countless videos that were being shared with people really seriously doing commentary saying that what Sunny did was not self-defense. My mind was completely blown. The fact that people could have such a level of hatred and dislike for an individual to where your hatred and your dislike would blur your judgment on whether or not that girl acted in self-defense during that situation is wild to me, especially because there was video proof and video evidence. Y'all, in that one video with Sunny and the sister going back and forth, y'all, honestly, it reminded me, and hopefully Sunny don't take offense, because I'm not trying to be offensive. But it was one video where the sister was holding the camera and barging into the room and cussing her out and saying, hit me, hit me, hit me in my face and all this crazy ass mess. And she panned that phone over to Sunny, and Sunny is just sitting on her wheelchair, yelling back. Only movement from her one arm. Nothing that she could do. And to me, in that moment, when I saw that camera pan over to her, y'all, it reminded me of truly a dog, a harmless puppy in the corner. If I bet Zulu loved me to death, he would never hurt me. He would never harm me. He would never bite me. But if I backed his little ass into a corner and was hovering over him with my big ass, hovering over him, yelling, cursing, and screaming, there was no way that he could move out of that corner. He just had to sit there and watch me be all up in his face. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't get fed up and bite me. And then if he did decide to bite me up in that moment, am I then supposed to call the police or call animal control and be like, y'all come get him? He bit me. He bit me. I'm the victim. He bit me. He bit me. He did me wrong. Zulu did me wrong. Come get him. Please go ahead and euthanize him. Really? Really? Because what I saw in that video, y'all, how that sister was handling it, and the fact that there was absolutely no way in the hell that Sunny could do anything to her at all. That girl had the upper hand all day long. The bitch had the upper hand to just go out of the room and close the door behind her and go mind her business. She had the ability to go back to her own room and lock the damn door and stay up in there. I mean, she had the ability to move about, but she kept coming up in there. She telling Sunny to get out of her face as if Sunny is actually can get up and walk over there and stand in her face. She only in your face because you over there in her face. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? What is really going on? What is really going on? Oh, yeah, y'all, please like my video. Y'all, I forgot to be asking for likes. Please like my video, y'all. Y'all, I woke up early on 4th of July when I could be asleep. So like my video just for that alone. But I'm like, she ain't about to do nothing. And the fact that she did have the pepper spray. Even with pepper spray, you can spray that from a distance. Her using the pepper spray as a weapon in this circumstance is proof alone that she was not in that girl's face. There was distance. There was distance. I have pepper spray. When you pick up the pepper spray and you spray it, it's a stream. Like a can of damn roach spray. A stream that'll go. And good morning, Lee Pepper, and good morning, crazy stuff. Lee Pepper said has hit her before. I never said that Sonny couldn't hit her. I'm talking about what I saw in the video. Fuck Sonny hitting her 2 weeks ago. Well, 2 weeks ago she got hit, then she should have called the cops 2 weeks ago. But what you ain't gonna do is get hit 2 weeks ago and then wait 2 weeks later and then provoke the person, and then once they spray the fuck out of you with some pepper spray, then now you trying to get somebody locked up. Whenever Sonny hit her, that's when she should have went on ahead and called a cop. But don't wait. Don't wait. Because at the end of the day, that girl look big as hell. Well, I won't say big as hell because she not obese or fat, but she look big as hell for Sonny. She hit her before. Did you hear how that little bitch was running up in Sonny room talking crazy to her? Hell, just to have to deal with somebody like that talking crazy to you, hell, you might would hit the bitch. But the fact that she really was acting like she was in danger. The only way that girl could have been in life-threatening danger is if Sonny had a gun. Outside of that, that big bitch was going to live to breathe another day. She was going to live to eat another day. And then I went over there to her channel, y'all, and up in her about me, y'all. She got so many mental illnesses going on, which I'm not shaming nobody with mental health trouble. But if you go and read her about me up on her channel, y'all will see that girl like playing with a full deck. I would hate to live underneath the same roof with somebody like that. Like if you ain't playing with a full deck, I ain't trying to be underneath the same living space with you. You gotta take your ass on somewhere. Don't come up in here fucking with me because one of them voices up in your head told you to do it. But that's the fucked up part, because it's like you have to look past shit like that because that's your sister and you live with her. Now, had Sonny had a gun and fired a bullet, then okay, I think it would have been much. But that girl was in and out. In the video, you saw her up in Sonny's face. They argued back and forth. She threw a blanket at Sonny. Then she left out. She went and told the daddy to go and get Sonny. The daddy didn't move or budge to go get Sonny. So then she took it upon herself to go back up in that room to fuck with Sonny again. And what she thought was going to happen? A face full of pepper spray. That's what. A face full of pepper spray. Bitch, once you left out of my room the first time, you should have stayed on up out. Don't bring your ass back up in here telling me this, that, and the third about what you gonna do standing over me when you know I can't stand over you. Don't be over here leaning towards me, talk about hit me, and dare me to do all this type of bullshit when I'm perched up on my wheelchair and I ain't got no means to move away from you. Don't come up in my personal space. That's where the sister fucked up, because she violated the personal space. All up in somebody's personal space doing all this damn barking. Y'all, it was wild. It was wild to see. And then once I realized that Sonny had got arrested for that, then it burnt me off about Georgia. Because y'all know I'm here in Georgia as well. And for the life of me, I couldn't even understand how any police officer would actually arrest her. Especially knowing it was because she pepper sprayed somebody. Just her condition alone, her disability alone. Common sense would say that she pepper sprayed somebody while her kids are around because she was trying to get a bitch up off her. Well, how is she supposed to get a bitch up off her? And the fact that the sister knew to have the camera rolling at the exact time for it all. You gonna get up off me? The sister running around talking about she feared for her life. How do you fear for your life and you the one that got 2 legs and can walk away? That's the problem that I have with this circumstance. The one with 2 legs who can walk away refused to walk away. When you got 2 legs and you can walk away, but you refuse to walk away, then that right there is what lets me know that it's self-defense. Your ass is the one able-bodied that can walk away. But instead of you walking away, you antagonized and you provoked. And then you wonder why you had motherfucking cayenne pepper and shit up in your motherfucking nostrils and your eyeballs. Well, that's what you get. And then when I found out that Sonny had got her out of foster care and stuff too, y'all, I was listening. They said that Sonny had got her out of foster care, signed her out. And I'm like, couldn't even imagine signing somebody out of being in the foster care system only for them to fuck with me the way that girl been fucking with Sonny. That's crazy. If you don't take your motherfucking 2 legs and 2 feet and get the fuck on. But then I saw so many videos with so many panels of people talking about, oh, the judge will probably make an example out of her. The judge is going to throw the book at Sonny. Throw the book at her for what? Then they really thought that she was going to be mistreated up in there. Y'all have to be honest and understand that the state of Georgia and Gwinnett County, they were not trying to get no damn lawsuit. Let Sonny have been up in there over the course of this 4th of July holiday and something had happened to her. Oh, they was gonna have a lawsuit on their hands. And the amount of people that I saw doing commentary not realizing that is insane. Something would have happened to that girl while she was locked up behind pepper spraying somebody with legs to get them out of her motherfucking face. And something would have happened to her behind them bars. Oh, she would have ate up the state of Georgia and Gwinnett County. And she would have been justified. It was their best bet to get her in and out of there as soon as possible. I think it was stupid that they even put her in there to begin with. I'm sure that the judge looked at them crazy. I mean, hell, I saw Sonny did a live where she said the inmates were shocked that she was up in there. I'm sure everybody was shocked as hell. Like, what in the hell could she do? So you gonna put her up in there with some real hard criminals that are able-bodied. And people really thought that she was supposed to have a tough time. I think they really silly. Well, your ego trumps your rationale. Now you know damn well having Sonny up in there for an extended period of time is a whole entire liability. No government system in their right mind would have kept that girl up in there. So that's why she got the hell out, which she should have. But I think it's crazy that they even put her up in there to begin with. I think it's crazy they put her up in there to begin with. But she did. She got out. And I was just like, whoa, this is crazy. If ever you have a dog, put your dog up in the corner. Make him feel like he ain't got nowhere else to move. And stand over him and yell and act like you about to hit him and do all this intimidating shit. And when he about to fuck out of your ass, don't be shocked. When Sonny spray the fuck out of your ass with some pepper spray, don't be shocked. Everybody like, well, she's 19 years old. That's her little sister. She's 19 years old. That bitch got legs. Bitch, if you don't take your legs and get on somewhere. She probably got legs and a driver's license. Bitch, if you don't take your legs, get on somewhere, get up in the car and take you a drive until you can come back with some motherfucking sense. Because the only person that ain't have no damn sense was their damn sister. The only person that needed a reality check was their damn sister. That's the only person? Like, no, she don't get away with that. And hopefully she'll learn a lesson. And if I was Sonny, I'll see what I can do up in my power to do. I don't know if she could press charges back on this girl. I would. I really would. People be talking about street cred and how they from the hood and they a gangster and they hustle and all this, but then really want to persuade the internet that a woman without legs is a danger to them. What? And then the fact that I saw some people trying to cover it and was laughing about her getting wheeled away. Well, how else would she go? She can't walk away. I mean, Brooke over there was giggling like hell that she got wheeled away. Well, she can't walk away. Duh, that's common sense. So what's so funny? What is really so funny? The fact that they had to wheel her away meant that they shouldn't have been taking her nowhere to begin with. Good morning, Robin, moderator. Yeah, that sister is manipulative as hell. And what I read on that about me is that the sister allegedly has antisocial personality disorder. So y'all already know what comes with that. Antisocial personality disorder is some bullshit. If anybody needs to be afraid, it's everybody that live with her crazy ass. Antisocial personality disorder, y'all need to look it up. That's what the sister say on her about me that she got allegedly. And then she got some other disorder that she got on there. I can't think of that other one. It's another one I ain't never even heard of. And I'm just like, oh, y'all gotta be kidding me. Y'all gotta be kidding me. Antisocial personality disorder. I'm surprised that Sunny is even able to go to sleep when she around that beach. Look up antisocial personality disorder for the people that don't know. Them the ones you gotta be afraid of. Sister ran up and up on Sunny looking like damn Beloved. Y'all remember Beloved? That movie. The sister came up in there. B E O V E D. Beloved. Oh, beloved ass. That hurt my throat. Let me drink some water. Y'all, it hurt my throat when I do the beloved voice. But that's what she looked like she was possessed or some bullshit. Look like beloved mixed with crackhead Felicia on Friday with them big ass plaits, them big ass braids up in her hair, running up in there trying to tell somebody to hit her. Girl, sit down. And that's one of the reasons why I'm happy that all of these people that was doing lives and laughing and stuff, they ain't laughing for too long. And I bet you about golly, wow, if anything had happened to Sunny up in there, if she had been mistreated or manhandled in any way, oh, she was gonna have a lawsuit on her hands. Cause it was all pointless and ridiculous. If you gonna get in the face of somebody with no legs, then don't be surprised if they make you. If you gonna run up in the face and do all these threats with somebody with no legs that's confined to a wheelchair, and they just sitting with their back against the damn wall in the damn wheelchair, then don't get mad or surprised if they fuck you up with some pepper spray. And that's the bottom line about that. And it is what it is. Y'all, I had thought I had created a post on my community wall, and I ain't even do it. I thought I had pressed post, but child, I just picked up my phone and I saw it hadn't even posted. I thought I had posted that a while back. Lord. And please like my video if y'all haven't. Y'all be absolutely playing too much with my likes. Y'all be playing too much. But yes, y'all, so that's my take on all of the stuff that I saw this last part of the week. But I'm happy that Sunny got out. And I'm going to continue to be Team Sunny because I think that was some bull mess. Don't run up on nobody like that, especially when you know that they helpless. And at the end of the day, Sunny could hit you, but she only got one arm that worked to hit you with. Like the person had came and told me that Sunny hit the girl. Well, she only got one working arm to hit her with. Did it really hurt? Did it really hurt? I wish I would be running around here complaining about Sunny hitting me. Please. I wish I would be complaining. Well, she hit me first. You sit down somewhere. Shoot. But yeah, y'all, it looked like I think I see YouTube cameras live. So I done did my hour and a half this morning, which is great. So I guess I'll shut mine on down and go over there and see what YouTube camera's talking about. I was thinking I want to do some type of members live today, y'all, on my Dun Dollar, which I might, because with it being more free time today, I might be able to do it. Just depend on if I have something to speak to y'all about. But yeah, I think you could tell the true biased people when they really tried to paint this narrative that Sunny was this dangerous person. Unless she had a gun in her hand, she wasn't dangerous at all. Hell, even if she had a knife, you got to be up on her for her to cut you with it. So stay the hell up out of her face. You got to be on her for her to pepper spray your ass. So stay the hell up out of her face. Even though the pepper spray could travel a distance, you got to be up in her room for her to spray your ass. So get the hell up out of her room. You understand? Leave her alone. Then you won't have nothing to worry about. But the police officers that arrested her, I know they was just doing their job, because I'm pretty sure they was thinking to themselves, like, what the hell? Ain't no way I want to have to do this today. Ain't no way I want to have to do this. Good morning, Melissa. I know they felt some type of way about doing that. And I'm still shocked that they even did. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Me looking at that and realizing that they actually arrested her, it actually made me really want to get more involved with the voting process locally, because I'm like, who in the hell voted these people in, and what kind of laws we got locally around here, Georgia, in the metro Atlanta area, for even something like this to be allowed. I think it was a waste of resources, a waste of tax dollars, a waste of everything for them to lock her up, keep her there, and all this kind of stuff. Like, what? Me as a taxpaying citizen in the state of Georgia for the last 10 years, I would want my tax dollars to go and arrest somebody else, not Sunny. Bitch, I ain't paying my taxes, my state tax dollars, for y'all to be going to arrest Sunny. So y'all protecting me from her? Out of all these motherfuckers around here that I see on a day-to-day basis, but y'all want me to believe that y'all protecting me from her? Y'all protecting the antagonistic sister from her? No. Spend my tax-paid dollars on something else. Blue, she said she had her own room. They gave her her own little room or cell or whatever, and They had an outlet up in there, so she was able to charge her scooter. Yeah, she said that they gave her a great treatment up in there, which they knew they should have. Otherwise, they was gonna have a lawsuit. Let her have been up in there with her scooter and she didn't have access to electricity to keep it charged. Then how the hell is she gonna be able to move around? How in the hell is she gonna be able to move around? Bloop. Hold on. Bloop said an outlet. Hold on. Bloop. There are outlets in the jail. How you think they have electricity? Or do you think that the jails are just dark? Of course, an outlet. They have outlets all up and through the jail. They have electricity. I don't know if you're trying to be funny, but it ain't funny. It's 2025. Why wouldn't a building structure have an outlet? She wasn't in prison. I'm not about to deal with you. She wasn't in prison. She was in jail. I hope you know there is a difference. There is a difference between a jail cell and a prison cell. But I ain't got time to explain to you the basics. A prison cell with the prisoner. Well, first off, you got to be convicted of something to be going to prison. But I ain't about to do this with you this morning. You ain't about to play with me this morning. You ain't. But anyway, y'all, let me go ahead and let y'all go to YouTube cameras or the codes or wherever y'all about to go. Because Blue ain't about to worry me this morning with this fuckery. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good Independence Day. I'm about to play with this fuckery. Oh, thank you to the people that donated to me before I go. Let me say. Oh, thank you to the likes and everything. Thank you to Yvonne A so much. Thank you to LaDon. And thank you to Miss Parker, Miss Parker. I appreciate all of y'all so much for the support. Bloop came up in here with some bullshit this morning, but she said she's sorry. So I hope she mean it. But either way, I'll see y'all around. Y'all take care, be blessed, don't stress, and I'll see y'all on the flip side. Bye.